this gonna be good lighting? Oh, I gotta get my stuff together, child. I'm kind of oiling around the T-zone. How y'all doing? I'm actually gonna do something a little different today. I've never done this before, but I actually have a book review, and this is a special book by a very special lady. Her name is Miss Vonda Brewer, and the name of this book is called Dream Quest, Dream Interpretation, 8 Easy Steps. Before I even go into this book review, I first want to explain who Miss Vonda is to me. A little background on my old channel, Vivalacious, which is still up. When I was first coming to YouTube, I felt God was moving on my heart to do certain things, and one of the things I did was I made a video. It was kind of like a help video. I had certain dreams in my life that I didn't understand. Some people have called one of my things something called an open vision, but whatever the case, I was not familiar with anything dreams or visions. And I was always scared to even try to go to someone to interpret my dreams because I thought it was against God. Miss Vonda is an awesome woman of God. You can actually find her here on YouTube at Heart Hope TV. How I got in contact with Miss Vonda, I actually had these dreams. I did this video on these 3 specific dreams or visions I had throughout my lifespan, and they never left me. I did the video asking people maybe for help or if they had any dreams like me, and I first got in contact with a lady whose name was Texas Author 1, and as I was speaking with her, she redirected me to Miss Vonda, and she told me she was a Christian woman, she was a Christian dream interpreter, and she trusted in her. And as I started to watch Miss Vonda's videos more as she was helping people, I saw that she always gave God the glory in whatever she spoke. She wouldn't say every single thing that she got from her was from God. She would be real. She'd be like, this is, you know, what I believe. I can't say, you know, this is from God because it hasn't been confirmed yet, things of that nature. But when she did get a dream, she did exactly like Joseph did, Daniel in the Bible, when they would go and interpret dreams for people through God. They gave God the glory. I'm gonna read the back summary of this book. It's one line in the back of this summary that basically summarizes everything that I'm gonna go into. Dream Quest is a one-of-a-kind, biblical-based dream interpretation book that highlights the fact that God still speaks through dreams today. If you want to know anything about your dreams, make sure that it's from God. You want to know if God is speaking to you. She says one thing in this book that I thought was interesting. Some dreams, a lot of dreams actually, are something called a reflection dream. And a reflection dream is basically a reflection of your life. It might take form of symbols, or you might have a certain feeling in your dream. If you have a certain feeling or a certain symbol in your dream, it is always personal to you. And when you ask yourself, what can this symbol mean to me? Or what type of feeling was I having in a dream? Ask yourself, in what area of my life am I feeling that way? So for example, in a dream, if you feel like you're panicking and you're scared and you feel like you're probably gonna go crazy or over the edge, ask yourself, in what area of my life have I been panicking or feeling like I'm gonna go over the edge? In what area of my life? Could it be my job? Could it be my family? Could it be my friends? And she said a lot of dreams that we have are specifically that, a reflection dream, nothing more, nothing less. She said it's a small chance that we will have prophetic dreams, and she just paralleled it from biblical purposes, where a lot of people like Joseph and Daniel and Abraham and even Job, when they had dreams, it was only very rare, like when Daniel was able to interpret King Nebuchadnezzar's dream, and Joseph was able to tell Pharaoh about the famines that were coming. One thing that stuck out to me, another thing actually, you can't go to a dream interpretation book that has the symbols listed and tell you exactly what each symbol means, because she states that God uses what we know. That is key. God uses what we know personally in our lives. You have a dream that you are pregnant. What does pregnancy mean to you? What is that symbolic of to you? When you see yourself pregnant in the mirror, are you fearful? What is your feeling? Are you happy? If in that dream you are fearful, you know what I mean, or in that dream, you didn't know what to do. You felt panicky. What does that specific symbol mean to you? And for the next person seeing themselves pregnant in the mirror, that might be the ultimate gift. That might be the answer they've been looking for, because they've never been able to carry kids. And so each symbol is specific to a person, and you can't just go to like a cookie cutter dream interpretation book to tell you what a symbol means, because that symbol might not mean that to you, and God uses what you know. Try to figure that out so you can figure out what your dream is trying to tell you and what God might be trying to tell you. Another key point in this book that I really like that she said, when you have a dream, you cannot add or take away from the dream that you're seeing. You cannot add any more to the dream. You cannot take away from it. Whatever you remember, make sure you keep it where it is. And she gave a great example. Let's say your dream is that you're rowing on this boat and you're going ahead, and all of a sudden you realize that that's the end. You're getting ready to fall. If you keep going, you're gonna fall. If you wake up before falling over the cliff and you don't die, then you can't say when you wake up, well, I was going over a cliff and I was panicking and I died. Well, if that's not what the dream showed you, you can't say that. Then you will misinterpret exactly or whatever the message is that is meant for you. And she has a lot of key points in here that were very helpful to me. I kid you not, after I finished reading this book, I had a dream not too long after that, and I can tell right off the bat that it was just a reflection dream of what I was going through in my life at that time. She mentions how colors mean things, numbers mean things, and it is just very interesting to know that God does still speak to us today. He might actually be giving you a warning in a dream, preparing you for something in the future. You never know, but it's awesome to know that God is trying to speak to you, and it's awesome to know that anybody can figure out what God is trying to say to us. Just if you're his child and you seek his voice and you seek him, you can hear God talking to you. And I think that's just the most awesome thing, because I've always believed it. I know from my personal experiences, I believe God was trying to show me something. I've been overwhelmed with the dream. I've been scared of a dream, and just to know that sometimes dreams aren't even what we think they are. That's fun. That's the funny thing. We might think it's a nightmare and the most horrible thing, and it might not actually be that. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys were asking me to actually, tell you guys about this book. This was just a very brief review of, what I learned from this. And me and Sharissa, King Riri, the one you guys see me do vlogs a lot on, we were talking about this yesterday, and I was just trying to figure out, if she had any dreams and what the dreams could have meant. And so you can't just take one symbol or one part of the dream and be like, oh, well, that's what that means. What does everything mean as a whole, so you can get a true message and a true interpretation? You can't add, you can't take away from it. Tap into what you were feeling, what you saw. Can you remember any specific phrases in your dream? Like, all of that counts, so you can get a more accurate interpretation of what God may be trying to tell you in your life. So yeah, this is the book, Dream Quest, Dream Interpretations, 8 Easy Steps by Ms. Vonda Brewer. Again, you can find her here on YouTube at Heart Hope TV. She is a great, awesome woman of God, and that's what she represents. She represents Christ. She represents God. Thank you so much, Ms. Vonda, for this book and for just being there for me and your help and this sweet note. I love you. Bye.